Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're gonna have ourselves a 1v1 on Arnhem Checkpoint. Our heroes today are going to be Mr. Burmie, playing as the Soviets in the blue. And his opponent is going to be Mr. Treaser, playing as the austere or Wehrmacht faction in a red. Well, not a red, the red. So, I saw this game come up because, well, something interesting about it here is, you may see, I mean, they're talking about something here. What they're talking about is a Doctrine commander that Treaser has, which probably you haven't seen. I mean, I know I haven't. Not in multiplayer, but it's right there. You can see. Well, there he goes. He used it now. So this is the assault, the urban assault doctrine for the Austeres, which is interesting. Gives you a forward supply station, you know, for basically like a forward HQ. Urban assault panzer grenadiers, which have flamethrowers and satchels, incendiary mortar rounds, munitions conversion, and a bombing run that doesn't require line of sight. So, wow. I guess we'll see how that works out, but for 30 fuel and 100 manpower, you can make a forward supply station, which allows you to reinforce and repair vehicles on the front line. Now, yeah, it just says ambient building, so yeah, you have to do it on buildings, but considering the church here, I'm assuming that's probably what's going to happen. Well, anyways, should be interesting to see this doctrine in play, even if pretty much nobody can use it. According to Treaser here, he says he won it in a video contest or something like that. Anyways, so Burmie, for his part, simply getting conscripts and combat engineers, getting a second one right now, utilizing that, you know, in tier 1. Asking around if the doctrine is any good to a Treaser, who has built tier 1. He says, I'll show you how good it is. Got himself tier 1, getting 3 Grens and an MG currently out on the field. So nothing too out of the ordinary. And Burmie kind of saying, so what you're saying is yes, it is good. It seems rather good. So center map, we heard some shots flying as these Grens moved over to the edge here, disconnecting the right-hand side munition for Burmie. Burmie pushing out with his combat engineers and the conscripts, trying to engage these guys. Gonna be winning that engagement easily as they get up close and have the support of a second squad. Center map, we do have a conscript squad for Burmie set up inside the house, and so far nothing much going on for Treaser. Did have to retreat his Grens, as we already knew. Left-hand side, Grens capping. Behind them, we have combat engineers decapping the munitions. And on the far right-hand side, we have the Pios squad taking some damage as they try to flush out these conscripts. Are being supported by a Gren squad, but the Pios squad is down to 2 men, and it'll get itself killed if it doesn't get out of the way, which it does, so nothing really bad happens there. Back at base, we do see teching happening. Battle phase 1, or escalate to battle phase 1 going down. And for Burmie, he did go for tier 1 as we saw with that second combat engineer, and he's now getting a sniper from the tier 1. So Gren squad and conscripts engaging over here on the right hand side. The Grens winning that engagement as they normally would. Conscripts down to 2 men, only managing to kill one of the Grens, and away they go. Pio squad in the north forced to retreat. And the MG currently for Treaser is just set up in the center, just basically for area denial. Normally, I would say, you know, don't leave your MG, you know, in one place, but this church here is a very, basically important spot. And it actually seems to be having range onto that house and just laying into those conscripts for now. So left-hand side, Grand Squad hold up against conscripts and combat engineers. The conscript squad that was decapping that victory point. It's pretty beaten there, down to 1 man, forced to retreat. The combat engineers on the other side of it as well, forced to retreat as the Grens only lose one of their members and continue to hold the territory. So we now see the urban assault panzer grenadiers on the field. Combat survival training. Improvement to the panzer grenadier training and equipment allow them to survive combat more easily. Increase the durability of the unit. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so these panzer grenadiers have a defensive buff available to them, which makes them more durable. Exactly how durable? I guess we'll find out.
Command has provided our crews incendiary rounds to flush out the enemy.
And the mortars have acquired their incendiary rounds. Tier 2 going down for Treaser. Bunker also down in the center. Not yet upgraded with the medical station, but it'll soon come into the fold, I suppose. Panzer Grenadiers going around into the urban. I mean, this is urban assault. This is the urban area. And, well, there's no there's no conscripts in this house anymore as they popped out, so there you go. Sniper on the field. Let's keep a hotkey on that guy just to see how they're doing. 2 kills so far, as I believe those were the ones that forced the DMG to flush out. Sniper in range, but apparently not wanting to shoot at these guys. And we see the Panzer Grenadiers popping up behind the house, getting flamethrower bursts going on those conscripts. The conscripts taking a lot of damage up close. Oh! Nasty rifle grenade going off there on the sniper squad, and the sniper squad gets taken out for Burmie. So whether the Doctrine is good or not much of a... Oof. Panzer Grenadiers not taking pretty much any damage. Still having... Well, it looks like these guys are equipped with SMGs. They don't have the... Oh, but they get 2 flamethrowers. Holy shit, okay. Well, that is ridiculous. What the hell? So, combat engineers, conscripts, everybody forced to retreat as these Panzer Grenadiers, which are already 5-man strong rather than the traditional 4, have a shit ton of anti-infantry firepower. Holy shit. So yeah, the Grunt Squad back at base, getting reinforced. This guy's still no med bunker yet, but everybody seems fine. Are we going to be seeing the HQ at the front? Well, we'll see. For now, Burmie seems to be going straight for his tier 3. We see the counterattack tactics getting selected. Gives you the KV-1, which we saw before. Shock troops as well, so I'm assuming he's probably going to want those shock troops maybe to see if he can take on those Panzer Grenadiers. Which you can see didn't really take that much damage, but they didn't seem to be placed in a position where they were sustaining too much damage at the time, so maybe, you know, maybe. Anyways, Grand's moving over to the left-hand side. Conscripts moving as well. They are already down to 4 men, not fully reinforced, so they will quickly lose against 4 Grens. We do see a pack gun getting built for Treaser as he does anticipate some type of vehicle play, and the vehicle play that we see is a half-track. Half-track, though, getting popped with the anti-air package, so not on the field for mobile reinforcement, not even a clown car of any sorts. It's just simply a weapons platform, which is very good against infantry, so I'm assuming he's thinking, okay, well, Panzer Grenadiers, these guys have flamethrowers, meaning they really can't do much against the half-track, so I can easily take them on with that. So conscript squad on the left-hand side going to be getting killed, as it is down to 1 man inside that house, basically cut off. Pile squad getting chased down by the half-track, down to 1 man. May actually take it out. Yeah, it does take it out. They do have the pack gun on the field, but barely now on the field, so it's going to be forced to move back. The Panzer Grenadiers currently holding the center as they, well, they can deal with anything that comes at their way if it's human. Grand Squad on the left-hand side forced to retreat. They did kill the conscript out there, so, you know, it's unfortunate. Pack gun set up properly. Gets a good shot there on the half-track. The half-track does hit its overdrive to try to get past the half-track, but to no avail. Well, that's unfortunate. I was hoping to see how strong the Doctrine actually was in general play, but unfortunately here for Burmie, it's not really coming up to be much of a factor here. He's doing a lot of mistakes. An unfortunate trading there, losing his half-track, losing a conscript squad, losing a sniper. In fact, none of those have anything to do with the Doctrine, so unfortunately I can't really tell. Still, though, at least we get a nice glimpse of it, and hey, maybe we see it more in the future, even though apparently no. So combat engineers in the center trying to flush out the MG. Did the MG get... I mean, is the church set up as a spot? I don't think so. Oof. Holy shit, look at that damage. Yeah, combat engineer ain't getting nowhere. Oh, look at Mexico barely gonna make it. Wow. Hero combat engineer barely making it out of there. Half-track back on the field now for Burmie. Gonna be pushing over on the right-hand side. At least with the half-track in this way, it has the, you know, ability to reinforce. So, you know, that's something, but...
A squad of infantry has been killed. Death before retreat.
What the hell is going on? What died there? For the north, we had combat engineers, conscripts. I'm assuming another conscript squad died. The Panzer Grenadiers hitting a mine. I'll double check what the hell died at that moment, because I missed it.
Shock troops have arrived.
Okay. So shock troops now on the field for Burmie.
Forces capturing supply sector.
Treaser, well, in a very, very comfortable position. Going to be getting himself a second pack gun. Not entirely sure he needs a second pack gun at this point, considering that there is a half-track on the field without a upgrade. Even a 222 would probably be better, but, I mean, I suppose for the later game it would help, but that is my gripe with the pack guns, because the pack guns don't have any form of anti-infantry. So the half-track moving up, getting a flank going there on the church. Gonna be clearing out that MG. Quickly clears it out, actually. Jeez, very quickly. So down goes the MG, a nice little push there for Burmie, giving himself a bit of a opportunity to perhaps come back into the game. Shock Troop Squad trying to get right on top of the Panzer Grenadiers. The Panzer Grenadiers not taking any damage whatsoever to those SMGs. Just wrecking the Shock Troop Squad. Oh my god. I mean, really, the only damage that these guys took was from the flamethrower of the combat engineers. That's what's actually damaging them. Look at it, look at that. I mean, it's their heavier armor, I suppose. But geez, they took no damage to the shock troops at point blank. I mean, I can understand if they would, you know, if they would win that engagement, right? If you pit those Panzer Grenadiers against shock troops at point blank, and they're tough enough to win, they should be tough enough to win without taking any damage, right? It's just like a quick trade, and, you know, comes out with 1 or 2 units on top. Something like that, you know, because balance. But, geez, that was painful. Combat engineers trying to stop the Grens. The Grens are just going to get themselves in the range of another Faust, making sure that that halfback goes down. Not a lot that Burmie could do about that. Still, I mean, at this stage of the game with only 2 combat engineers, a conscript, and a shock troop. Yeah, it's not a good position to be in. Tier 3 going down for Treaser. And while, yeah, like I said, I agree that, yeah, that shouldn't be like that. Those shock troops should have at least killed something, you know, even if they were going to die at the end. Like I said, unfortunately, Burmie suffered too many losses at the beginning for me to really be able to tell how balanced or not it is. But, oh well. Again, not a lot that can be done about that. So hopefully, I'll be able to catch some more games in the future that, you know, the few players that actually have this thing. So conscripts and combat engineers moving around trying to cap on the right. We have shock troops and combat engineers on the left. Everybody trying to cap what they can. We see mines or demo charges apparently going down. The urban assault Panzer Grenadiers just not caring what they're attacking. The shock troops quickly taking incredible amounts of damage. down to half health with 2 flame bursts going off on them, forced to quickly retreat if they want to stay alive. So basically these guys are wearing shock troops or shock rifles or whatever you call them. Shock troops, repellents. Nice little mine there. Well, not mine, but demo charge there for Burmie in the center. Doing some very good trades, you know. Even though he is losing severely, he's putting himself in positions where he gets some very good kills and manages to kind of equalize the game in a sense. Still, though, we do have 2 pack guns on the field for Treaser, so that KV-1 can't do a lot. But it can do what it can do right now, basically. Ooh. Ooh, get him out of there. That hit the truck. So yeah, the Grens, the assault Grens, everything over here on the left-hand side, which is going to be fine. They have access to satchel charges. Rally at forward supply station.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Okay. Does Treaser actually have a forward supply station? I don't think he does. I haven't seen one being built yet.
The sector has been cut off.
It's kind of surprising though that there's so little infantry troop movement at this stage. So grenade goes off by the shock troops at the Panzer Grenadiers, doing literally no damage to them. And again, the shock troops are forced to retreat because they can't do anything against these guys. Oh yeah, I wanted to check. Do these guys actually get the same thing? Yeah, they do. Unit is uncontrollable while rallying. So yeah, it's a retreat basically, but instead you go to the closest rally point. So Pio squad's in the center.
We have a fresh grenadier squad.
Combat engineers in the center quickly burn to a crisp. Panzer Grenadiers throwing flames around recklessly as they are drunk with power. And the conscripts decide to GTFO and just go up to the north and cap another side of the map. So the Panzer IV on the field for Treaser. Pack guns currently covering the left-hand side. Gren's trying to capture that victory point in the center. Victory points 312 to 438. Currently in the lead for Treaser. And, yeah. So the assault Gren's just moving around on the left-hand side. Point over here needs to be capped to connect the left-hand side resources, which it will in due time. It's taking a little bit, but it'll get there. And we see the center victory point getting capped for Treaser. Once again, putting the bleed in his favor. So the KV-1 fully repaired. Shock troop squad moving over to the right-hand side. Grenade probably going to be flying here at the troops inside the house, although it doesn't look like they are wanting to do that. Panzer IV moving up to come up behind the KV-1. Pack guns moving up to try and set themselves up in a position to take out the KV-1. Seemingly unable to do so. It looks like they may be... it looks like they were trying to maybe just go for the tank, but now they're going to back off. Assault Grens coming up on the flank. Going to be forcing everything to get the hell out of the way. Flamethrower bursts going off on those Grens inside the house. Forces a retreat. Assault Grens in the way of the retreat. Can they actually? No, they're not going to push forward. Panzer IV is going to push forward, though. And Burmie is basically just getting pushed back into his base with the Panzer IV there and him not having pretty much any anti-tank. Wasn't able to do much. Now we do have an anti-tank gun on the field for Burmie, which is good. Doesn't mean that he had to, you know, get tier 2 up. Which, I mean, he had tier 3. And if he built tier 3, he could have essentially maybe gotten an SU. Doesn't have the fuel for it, so I suppose that's why he didn't, but, you know. Didn't really get much out of it. I mean, the only thing that came out of that tech was the the 2 half-tracks, right? So those didn't work out that well. So for now, it looks like Treaser's going to be just content with passively keeping guard in the center of the map. Apparently not deciding to utilize the forward supply station, which is interesting. So really the only thing we've seen from this Doctrine is the urban assault Panzer Grenadiers, which by themselves still are pretty goddamn strong. And basically by themselves able to simply clear the entire square whenever they need to. So that is very potent. We do have a demo charge over here on the right-hand side. Getting spotted there by those Pios. It looks like they're going to try and pick it up. Yeah, there you go. So they clear out the demo charge on the right-hand side, which is unfortunate for Burmie. If he just detonated, he would have at least gotten himself a Pio squad. So Burmie pushing straight into the center. Panzer Grenadiers, Panzer IV, everything set up around. The shock troops potentially able to clear out a pack gun, but unfortunately unable to do so as they do not rush it. We do have a mortar and an MG back on the field now for Treaser. Shock troops in the center going to get cleared out. Grenade flies. The Panzer Grenadiers dodge it, and their flamethrower burst will quickly kill the squad. Mortar shot flying, landing right there on the AT gun. The AT gun needs to get the hell out of there, but at this point it's probably toast. Combat engineers on the right-hand side going to get well, they don't get crushed as they manage to dodge it, forcing the Panzer Grenadiers away, since the flamethrower seems to be the best weapon against them.
The enemy is taking our territory.
The combat engineer squad does go down to the center. Mortar shots fly. Burmie saying so broken. And throws in the towel. So, okay. Well, it was interesting seeing the Doctrine, but like I said there, I mean, sorry to say it, but we didn't see it being that much broken. Yes, it's definitely too powerful there on those Panzer Grenadiers. But aside from that, is the only thing we saw from the Doctrine, which, you know, the bigger issue were all those losses he suffered in the earlier game. Losing his sniper very quickly before having a chance to do much, losing conscript squads, losing the half-track, and then the second half-track, you know. It's already on the losing end. But anyways, guys, I do hope you at least enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.